Peace, peace, peace. I just want to share this video with y'all real quick, and this is about what they didn't tell you about the gang life part 2. I made a part 1 probably like a year ago. Maybe it was like 2 years ago. Damn, that was a long time ago. But yeah, I left out certain things, and certain things I just wanted to correct. So in the last video, I mentioned that like gangs was created to kind of like as a form of resistance in the neighborhood. I guess injustices, I believe I said about from the system or from police, and like I think I was wrong. I believe I was wrong, and I apologize for that. I read Tookie Williams' book Blue Rays Black Redemption. I've been read it, but like I don't know, like I had to like reread certain parts to like realize that like what I was saying was wrong. I mean, I don't know about other gangs, but I know like for a fact that according to Tookie Williams, right? Again, I wasn't there. I don't know what other people saying, but like people have this thing about, he mentioned in the book that like CRIP does not stand for community resolution and progress. He mentioned that like a lot of people have went with that. A lot of journalists throwing that around, trying to get like whatever clout or praise or whatever they was trying to do. But he was just saying like they did not come out as a group to fight against police brutality or to fight injustices in the community from state violence. He said that wasn't even in their vocabulary. He said like we wasn't even talking like that. He said, we was just young kids, trying to click up. In Los Angeles, there was a lot of cliques. There was a lot of little crews in different blocks before like the Crip and the Blood thing started. So he was just saying like that's all it was doing. All it was doing was clicking up and trying to connect the East and the West and create a big clique. And he was just saying that's just what it was. It was not about helping the community. It was not about none of that. So I think like black folks need to stop romanticizing, gangs, right? Like we be romanticizing gangs because I guess that's how we hold on to it. We want to make it seem like they started for something positive or something meaningful when that's not the case. I feel like gangs was just some nigga shit. And they still on some nigga shit because that's what they was created for. Now, some people might disagree. Some people might come with their whole history and their whole whatever, but like we see what's going on with these gangs. Like I really don't care like for your opinion. I mean, we could have a dialogue, but I just feel like we see the devastation behind the gang violence. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Another thing I want to say, like, I'm not trying to tell no youngin what to do. I'm not trying to tell no grown man what to do. I'm just making a video because it might benefit somebody. At the end of the day, when I was young, I didn't listen to nobody. When people try to tell me about gang life, gang culture, stay away from it. It's nothing but negative. It's nothing but detriment. I didn't listen, so I don't expect nobody to listen to me. I don't expect nobody to sit here and be like, oh, word, you're right, I'm going to change my life today. I don't expect that. I definitely don't. But at the same time, I'm just here to have a dialogue and rationalize with some of the people who might be willing to listen to the things that I got to say. Because at the end of the day, I was a youngin' running the streets. And so I kind of like know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to not listen to nobody, to be rebellious, to not want to hear what the elders have to say, right? Because you be like, get out of here, you washed up. I don't want to hear it, or I'm going to do it different. Like, we always think we're going to do it different and we smart, but like, one thing I want to tell you, man, like snakes, look, snitches been around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? The art of snitching is not nothing new to the late 2000s or to the 2010s, 2020s. Like snitches been in the game forever. Like, but when I was running the streets, that's something that I never thought would be the reason why I would go to jail or prison. I never thought it would be somebody telling on me. I would always thought like, oh, maybe the police catch me. Or maybe, I get gunned down in the street. Like, and this was the mindset. The mindset was not to foresee, like, living past my 18-year birthday, right? Like, I could never see past my 18-year birthday. Like, it was just like, after 18 years old, it was just like everything was blank. I couldn't see nothing. And I know there's a lot of y'all who can't see nothing past y'all 16s, 18s, A lot of y'all can't see, y'all can't even see y'all 21. Y'all can't even see, like, y'all traveling somewhere. Y'all can't even see yourselves going to college. And I was there, so I get it. I understand. So, but I just wanted to say that, like, look, at the end of the day, for some of y'all, the gangs are doing something for you, right? They might be putting money in your pocket. They might be keeping you out of trouble. They might be providing you with something that you might have been missing. Some of y'all. I think it's a very few number, but you know, it could be different. But I think the vast majority of y'all are not receiving like what you thought you would receive from it. And that's just me and my opinion. I think a lot of people are not really receiving what they thought they would receive from it. And you know, and unfortunately, a lot of these young dudes, a lot of these cats are gonna have to go through their own situations. They're gonna have to go through their own troubles to like realize. And you know, and sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to then remember and hear my voice. Like you might be listening to my video now. Some of y'all don't care, you know, but like, you know, when I was in prison, when I was in jail, that's when I started to replay a lot of the stuff that people told me when I was in the street. That's when I started to like replay a lot of the stuff when people told me not to join the gang, or when people told me not to, you know, like a lot of times we look up to people who we think are tough, or who we idolize, or who we think like they're a man. We think that's the definition of a man. And then like when you slowly start to become a man, you start to realize like those beta males they weren't really alpha males. You know, you start to realize they wasn't really men. A lot of times you start to realize they was just broken men that somebody manipulated, and now they want to manipulate you, you know, because they bitter. They upset that they fucked up their life. And the saddest thing is that instead of them telling you to not follow in their footsteps, instead of them telling you to do some different shit, instead of them telling you, you know, like, don't be like me. No, they feel bitter. They feel upset because somebody fucked up their life. So they gonna go fuck up somebody else's son's life, or somebody else's daughter's life. And that's just how the cycle keeps perpetuating. Because somebody took advantage of somebody else's child, and then like the cycle continues, right? And a lot of times when these so-called big homies come home, they're not trying to go back to jail. They're not trying to go back into crime. You know what I'm saying? So they come home, they might have a little status. Some people have status and they ain't even put in work, right? But we ain't gonna talk about that. And then they're gonna manipulate you. They're gonna tell you to go out there and do something. You know, and because they know like this is not what it is. But you know, they don't care. Somebody used them, so they're gonna use you. So, you know, the purpose of the gang, right? It's supposed to be like, boom, it's some organized crime shit, right? Some organization of whatever y'all doing, right? Selling drugs, buying guns, you know, riding out on the ops. And your gang is supposed to make money. You're supposed to make money because when somebody gets locked up, you're supposed to be able to bail your homies out. I mean, that from what I've seen in documentaries, like and the homies out on the West, that's what it's supposed to be, right? Like, I don't know, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to have the kitty, right? To buy guns, to bail people out, to do certain stuff. But then, like, dudes is not doing that. Dudes is not bailing nobody out. You just being sacrificed to the streets. You're a sacrificial lamb. And some of y'all might not even understand what that means because y'all not even going to school. Y'all dropping out. But look, that's besides the point. And I don't want to make this too long. But look, at the end of the day, everybody their own man. And a lot of y'all gonna have to lay in y'all bed. Like I always say, y'all make y'all bed, y'all gonna lay in it. You know, but I just want you to know this, man. Like, there's a lot of wet pillows in prison. There's a lot of wet pillows in prison. And I know because my pillow was one of them. You know what I'm saying? My pillow was one of those wet pillows. You know, because I couldn't believe how stupid I was. I couldn't believe that I really believed the shit that I believed that led me to do certain things. Don't get me wrong. I had my own reason why I joined the gang. But then once I was in the gang, I started to believe certain things. You know? So, you know. And yeah, I was highly upset. I was highly upset at myself that I believed certain things. I was highly upset that I allowed people to manipulate me. I was highly upset. And you know, if you're not so far in, if you're not so deep in, it's not too late to change, man. And I know it's hard because your homies, they're going to be in your ear. They're going to be telling you like, oh, you're a coward, you this, you that. But, you know, the cowards is the ones that really need the rest of the team. Those are the real cowards. The cowards are the one who they can't bang on their own. They not their own men. You know what I'm saying? Those are the real cowards. The people who can't stand alone. Because let me tell you something. Even though I was in the gang, I could stand alone. Like, there's people that who will vouch that I used to be by myself a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Before other people came along, I was on my own, doing my own thing. You know, and I used to go to different places by myself. You know what I'm saying? Create it out. People will tell you, I never had the luxury to live on a crip block. I didn't have that luxury. Some people, they had that luxury of living in a territory wherever they gain control, so they don't really gotta go places. They don't really gotta go to a different neighborhood. And a lot of dudes, when they go to a different neighborhood, they tuck their beads in, they tuck their crates in, they tuck their flag in. That's not tough. And y'all know who y'all are, but they will sell you a dream. You know what I'm saying? And then you will buy into that. So you go out there and you in the field and you don't even know how to be in the field. And then something happens. That's why you see a lot of these kids getting killed. Because nobody putting them on. A lot of these kids don't even want to listen anyway. And I don't blame them. They don't want to listen to the G's. So they don't really know what they doing. They just getting out there. They running around. Shit happening to them. They getting clipped. They getting locked up on video camera. Getting caught up. A lot of shit is happening. Because they don't want to listen. And I don't blame them again. They don't want to listen to the older people. The older people don't let a whole bunch of us down. You know, so I get it. But it's like, yo, hopefully some of y'all get it soon, man. Like, they're not playing with y'all. You know, some of y'all gonna catch these bids and hopefully y'all learn while you're in prison. Hopefully you learn and you come home and do something different. And for those of you struggling to change, like, it's okay to run. It doesn't make you a coward. Run. Get away from these dudes. Get away from the hood if you can. Like, if you can. If you can, avoid people. Like, that's what you gotta do sometimes in order to change. Because they gonna make it hard for you. They gonna tell you you're a sucker, you're a coward, you this, you that. But you have to be strong enough to be able to put that aside. And I know it's hard for a young man in their pride to put certain shit to the side and fight for not trying to be part of that life. But, you know, just know, man, that, like, you know, it's gonna be people that's gonna talk shit about you. It's gonna be people that say that you're not real. And I think it's gonna be very hard for individuals who can't stand alone to get out of a game, or to stay away from it, or to not succumb to it, because it's plaguing our neighborhoods and our communities, right? It's a clique everywhere. Every block, every neighborhood, every projects, every whatever got like a little clique, a little crew. And I get it. Sometimes you gotta do whatever you gotta do to protect yourself and survive. I get it. I ain't mad at you, but I'm just giving you the things that go on, man. Like I said in my other video, man, when you go to prison, it's just you and your mom. It might be a few homies for maybe the first month or two. But people gonna forget about you. I guarantee you. It might be one friend that remember you throughout your whole bid, but some people gonna forget about you, and that's it. You're just gonna be a sacrificial lamb. Next, on to the next. We're gonna recruit the next young dude to throw his life away. So just know, man, that you're disposable. This is just how it is in the streets, man. The streets don't care about nobody. You're disposable. I was disposable. You're gonna be disposable. Everybody disposable. It's always gonna be some new young kid on the block thinking that he's tough that's gonna be recruited. Always. The streets don't care about you. They don't care about nobody. So just be mindful of certain things, man. Just be mindful about these dudes trying to use you, trying to use your young labor to go out there, to be a young soldier, to go out there and put in work for them. And again, it is what it is, man. Like, I think we trying to come back. We trying to, like, put out positive messages, and then there's people out there, you know, romanticizing gang life. So I think, like, this is the things that we up against. But it is what it is. Everybody's their own man, and everybody makes their own bed. Just make sure you're laying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hopefully I saw something beneficial. Hopefully somebody benefits. And, you know, it's not too late to change your life and get it in order. And I know it's hard, because it definitely was hard for me. It was hard for me to ignore certain things. It was hard for me to fight off certain things. But it can be achieved, man. It can be attained. And, you know, and when you start to achieve those things and when you start to attain them, you know, it feels good to do good things, and it feels good to know that you're not a follower and you're doing something different. So make sure y'all stay blessed out there. If y'all like the message, share it, like, comment, or have a good one. Peace.